Hello everyone, how are you all? So today my voice is so long. Let's see. Everywhere is the silence, as the silence is not because no one is here. Two boys, two boys is here. It's present here. One is busy, and the other one don't know what he do. He is feeling bored until the one look at him. Jimin, what are you doing? Jimin, what you think I am doing? Yoongi, you are free? Jimin, yes, he said, and again silence. Yoongi, what happened? Jimin, nothing happened. You do your work. Now Yoongi is sure something happened to him. He stand up and went to him. He sit in front of Jimin. Yoongi, now tell me what happened. Jimin, nothing happens. Yoongi, go from here. I don't want to talk with anyone. Yoongi, but I want to talk with you, so tell me. Jimin, you don't listen me fine, he said, and he stand up. He about to go. Would I tell you, huh? You are behaving like I tell you and you listen me. Yoongi, I never listen you. Jimin, I never tell you what is I am thinking and doing because you don't get time to listen me. Yoongi, Jimin, you know of by Jimin. Jimin, what Jimin, huh? You know, Yoongi, you never give me time. I am your. It's been 2 months and I don't go out. Yoongi, Jimin, I am busy in the work. How I take you out? Jimin, so what, huh? I go alone. I am not kid anymore. Yoongi, but I don't want you go. Jimin, and reason? Yoongi, you know reason, he said, and Jimin san Jimin, nothing happens to you, please, huh? Don't do this, he said, and he stands beside the window. Yoongi signed to see him. He don't even sleep properly because of the work here. See he go, and he again start to look outside as start to look outside as time pass. It's 11 p.m. Jimin see the room and he signed. Jimin, it's enough, Jimin. How can you do this, huh? He's right. He's so. Jimin find him in the library, but he is not there. Then he come in the other room, and see Jung is sleeping. He smiled to see him. His laptop is on, and the file is on the table, and he is sleeping. Jimin, so once again, he sleep like this. This, huh? He mostly do this. He sleep while working. Jimin, what I do, Yoongi? You do a lot of work. It's not good, so please don't do this, he said, and on his forehead. Jimin, I am sorry for what I did. He's feeling. He's feeling. Okay, 50 मिनट तो नहीं ना ऐसे लेटा जाना. He's feeling. He's not in good, but he, as usual, said so many things to Yoongi, which he don't want, and he don't want to Yoongi. But what he do? He place everything on the side. is also coming, so it's good, he said. Jimin also lay on the bed. He put his head on his hand. He also fell in sleep. Next day, Yoongi wake up. He see Jimin and a smile put on his face. He see him. He is looking so cute while sleeping. Yoongi, oh, so you come, huh? He said, and Jimin slowly opened his eyes as the sun rays fell on his face. Jimin, Yoongi, you wake up, he said in sleepy voice, and again closed his eyes. Yoongi is staring him with the eyes, and he again fell in sleep. Yoongi chuckled to see him. Yoongi sits on the bed and he see his phone as usual. A lot of calls and messages, and he see the date then. Yoongi, today is 23 to January, and 2 days are left. After that is our. He said, and he looked at Jimin, who is sleeping peacefully. Go for fresh up. For fresh up. Jimin also wake up. He sit on the bed. Yoongi come in the room and he see him. Jimin went to him and stand beside him. He is playing with his fingers. Yoongi, you want to say something? Jimin, sorry. Yoongi, it's okay, Jimin. I am the one who is not giving you time. Jimin, but you are busy. I have to understand, Yoongi. No problem, and I promise I spend the whole day with you on our. Jimin, really? He become happy, and the biggest thing is Yoongi remember his. Yoongi nodded and Jimin become happy. Jimin, I made breakfast for you. Yoongi, it's okay, I do in office. Jimin stand in the kitchen. He is so happy. Tomorrow is his, and as Yoongi promised him, which is making him more excited. He is doing cooking as Yoongi said he do dinner at home because of his work. He mostly do dinner in office. Jimin is making the dinner when his phone start ringing. He attend the call. Jimin, hey hey brother, how are you? Jimin, I am good. How is mom, dad? Jay, they are also fine. They miss you a lot, Jimin. Me too. I come to meet them soon. Jay, yeah, please come. Not only mom, dad, I also miss you. Jimin, really? Jay, yes, and here. Look at you. Don't even message me, Jimin. I do. You don't give me reply. You talk with your Jay. It's not like that, Jimin. It's true, he said and chuckled. They both talked, and now it's confirmed. You come, and he start to do his work. Meanwhile, with Yoongi, as usual, he is busy. Someone knocked on the door. Yoongi come, he said, and his secretary come. Yoongi said, secretary sir, can you give me something? Yoongi, what sir? Secretary, first a leave. Yoongi, when? Secretary, tomorrow. Yoongi, okay, and the other? Secretary, tomorrow is my birthday. Yoongi, oh, good. Secretary, I want you come. Yoongi, tomorrow. Secretary, yes, sir. Please come. It's been 2 years. I am working with you, please, sir. After that, I get and I go from here. Yoongi-san, Yoongi, okay, I come. Secretary, I wait for you. Like the cake when you come, okay, sir? Yoongi, okay, he said, and she smiled. Secretary, thank you so much, sir, she said, and she go from there. Yoongi signed to see her, and he again started to do work. Of course, if he go tomorrow, he have to. As he never do this, he is thinking, and then he called his friend and said him buy a gift for her. Again, he started to do his work. He come home, they do dinner together, and now Yoongi start to walk in the room. Jimin just take and he is drying his hairs. Yoongi phone start ringing. Jimin see. Jimin, Yoongi, your phone. Yoongi attend the call. Yoongi, yeah, as such, I don't know, buy gift. I don't have time. Jimin heard, and he is thinking whom Yoongi is talking, and what gift. Yoongi, yeah, do something and buy a good gift. He said and cut the call. He placed his phone on the side table and lay on the bed. Jimin first thing to ask, but then he stays silent. He think maybe he such buy gift for him, but why he such his friend? Jimin is thinking when he turn. It's okay, Jimin. He stay at home tomorrow. He wish you tomorrow. He's he wish you tomorrow. He's already tired, he think, and he also lay on the bed. And after some time, he also fell in sleep. Next day, he wake up. He see Yoongi is not in the room. Yoongi is not in the room. He see here and there, and he find a note on the table. He read, Jimin, I'm sorry, I have urgent work. I have to go. Bye. He read, and he is feeling. His phone start ringing. His phone. Huh? Okay. There's amount. Oh. Okay. Jimin, thanks. What happened you? Jimin, how's mom, dad? They are fine. And tell me what happened. Jimin, you're young. Don't wish me. Said he have important work. That's why he is going office day. Oh, now I understand. Jimin, what day? He is thinking to give you surprise. Don't you see in movies, huh? He may thinking you're etc. He give you surprise at the end. Jimin, really? Jay, yes. How can he? And you call him and wish him simple. Jimin, okay, Jay, good. Now bye. He cut the call. Jimin dial Yoongi number and receptionist attend the call. Sir, he is busy in the meeting. He call you when he come. He said, and Jimin, he cut the call. He is thinking what Jay said, so he gets ready. He is looking so beautiful. He wear light pink colored dress in which he is looking so cute. He now is waiting for Yoongi call. He is so happy to remain well with Yoongi. 15 का हुआ है 5 55 10 no it's 15 so 25 He just free from meeting. He come in his office and he close his eyes. He he's also handling his work. Instead, Jungkook handle the business, so he don't have that much work to handle, and he feel easy. But now Jungkook has start his own business. Yoongi open his eyes. He about to hold his mobile. He see Jimin caller ID. He may remember. He may remember, and the door knocked. Yoongi come in. His secretary come. Yoongi, you take leave, and you are here, secretary sir. I am here to remind you today is my birthday. Yoongi, oh yeah, thanks. I am that much busy in the work. I totally forget. I know, sir. That's why I come. She said and smiled. Yoongi, I will come and happy birthday. Secretary, thanks, sir. Now I wait for you. Secretary, Yoongi, sure. She said, and go. Yoongi don't see his mobile. Jimin is walking in the room. He is looking so beautiful in black color. He is waiting for Yoongi now, and he don't come. He is feeling for him. Jimin, why he don't come yet? And now, yet he is not attending my calls also. It's enough. He is waiting for him from a long time. Now it's 9 p.m. He don't want any surprise or anything. He just want he come now. He have Yoongi friend's number. He call him. He also attend the call after. He also attend the call after 2 to 3 rings. Yan, I am sorry, brother. I don't know you are calling. Jimin, it's okay. Can you tell me where is Yoongi? He is not attending my call. Yan, he is with me. Jimin, where you both are? Yan, he don't tell you today is his secretary birthday and we come here. I said him he take you, but he said you don't. All this. See, he's the cake with his secretary Jimin into million of pieces. Okay, so he forget his and he remembered his secretary birthday, huh? And doing enjoy and brother, you want to talk with him? Jimin, no, thank you, I don't want. He said and cut the call. Jimin sit on the bed. He is still not believing. Yoongi, secretary him, he cut the cake with her. That's why he do. Otherwise, he don't have any plan. He is thinking he is forgetting something, but he don't know what he is forgetting. And then Yan place hands on his shoulder. Yoongi, huh? Yan, you are here. You are not attending. Brother call Yoongi. What? He called me. He checked his phone now and his eyes widened to see it's almost 20 plus missed calls. Yoongi, oh no, Yan. Bro, you talk with him. Search for you, Jimin. Yoongi, oh my god, how can I forget Yan? What, Yoongi? He asked from you where I am. Yan, he do. Yeah, he do. Why, Yoongi? And what you said, Yan? Of course, you are here in your secretary birthday party and he asked me for video call. I don't know why he did. Maybe he don't believe. Yoongi, no, how can I forget this? Yan, what Yoongi, 2 days, man. 3:55 and 30 minutes. Okay, get 25 पे खत्म होगा. Yes. Day, but as usual, I forget. You the situation, Yungi. Him, what he is thinking about me, Yan. Oh, hello, mister. Don't ask me this. Go home and see him. Yungi, Secretary, sir. Yungi didn't listen her and goes, Secretary. What happened here? Your son, your sir is going to and find another job, he said, and also go leave her confused. Yungi come home. He come in the room direct, and he don't see Jimin. Yungi, Jimin, where are you? Jimin come out from the. He is looking normal. Yungi see him. Yungi Jimin. He went to him and hold his shoulder. Yungi Jimin, I am so sorry for what I did. I am just busy in the meeting. He stopped already. He stopped. Jimin already see he is thinking and staring him. Jimin didn't look at him. Yungi Jimin. Jimin go and lay on the bed silently. Yungi is saying he don't see any on his face and something else. Jimin is looking normal, but who know what Jimin is feeling right now? He is from inside. How it's look like he's forgetting their biggest day and celebrating someone else's birthday. Yoongi see him, and Jimin's phone is continuously ringing. He attend. He went to him, and he see Jimin's eyes is closed. He fell in sleep. Yoongi see the phone. He see the messages from Taeyang. Notification from the notification. It's from Taeyang. So he give you surprise. I said nah, I arrange a surprise for you. He is not busy. Tell me everything tomorrow. I wait for you, and once again to you, and wish you also from me. Now enjoy. He message him. Jimin, what Jimin think and how much he Yoongi don't know what he do. He's seeing him who seems to be sleeping peacefully. Yoongi see him. He can't even after doing such a thing. He sit on the couch. Jimin open his eyes. Jimin in mind, it's enough now, Yoongi. I am by your action. He just think this and she again closes his eyes. He don't sleep all night and with Yoongi. He also don't, but he don't know when he fell in sleep. Next day Jimin wake up, he see him, and he go for fresh up. He come out and one last time see him. He go from there after almost 2 hours. Yoongi open his eyes and he see Jimin is not, but he then see a note on the table. I'm going. Yoongi, stay happy in your life now. You no need to remember the things which is related to me. He write and Yoongi as warden. Yoongi, Jimin come home. He is trying his best not to. He is trying from last night. Mrs. Park see him and smile. Mrs. Park, Jimin. She come and Jimin close his eyes, and from his eyes, Mrs. Park, my son, you come. They back, and Mrs. Park see his Mrs. Park, Jimin's son, why you are? Jimin, I miss you so much. I see you after a long time. Mrs. Park, oh my mochi, she on his forehead, and she again his mom. Mr. Park, come, and Jimin his dad. Mr. Park, see, we are in front of you. Jimin, I don't go now, Dad. I can't stay without you. He chuckled to see Jimin and wipe his Mrs. Min. Come, Mrs. Min. Jimin, son, you are here. Jimin, meet with his mom, Mrs. Min. Youngie, don't come. Jimin, he have some work, that's why he don't come. Mrs. Min signed to say he know how much Youngie to work. Jimin, I miss mom, dad, Jay, really? Jimin didn't say anything, Jay, we talk later. Jimin sit with his family, he don't speak much. Mrs. Min, good, and take rest, son. She said, and Jimin nodded, he go. Jay also go behind him uh, to see what happened. So he knows something happens. Jimin come in the room, he sit on the bed. Jay come, he sit beside him. Jimin looking down, Jay, now would you like to tell me why you are here? Jimin, I already tell you. I am here to meet mom, dad. Jay, you know you don't hide anything from me. Jimin closed his eyes, he opened, and from his eyes Jay placed his head on his shoulder to as much you want. Jungkook already tell me you're, he said, and Jimin closed his eyes. Jimin, why Jay, I won't expect this from Hyung. So Jungkook, no, Yoongi called Jungkook to ask him about Jimin. Jimin, why he don't this, huh? He said, and he closed his eyes and Jay eyes also turned. Jimin started he don't in front of Yoongi, as he don't want to in front of him, not also in front of his parents. Jimin, why he do this with me, Jay? Why he said Jan? Jimin, yourself. Jimin, I am failing, Jay. I am feeling like Tish, calm down. Jimin back, and he looked at him. He is Jimin. You know, Jay, I see his cake with his secretary. How can he do this? He forgets his aunt, and he is feeling. Jimin, I want on that moment, Jay, when I see him. Just calm down, Jimin. Jimin, what I do, Jay? What I do, I am, he said, and continuously. He don't know calm, how to calm him. Jimin, you know, Jay, I start, we both are not for this. But as he's a calm person, and he respects my things, he don't give me time, he don't take me out. Sometimes I don't speak and sometimes I speak, but I said sorry. I thought he is busy. He promised me Jay. He spent whole day with me. What I asked him, a day from his just a one day. He don't give me. He go. He stopped. They don't know what he said. Gemini him more than anything. Jay. For him. I did so many things for him. I made so many happiness just for him. just for him. And what he did with me, he think and like a person. Jimin stays silent. Jimin, I am now. I don't go back. Don't go, but calm down. He said gently again. Him, Jimin, and Jay want to. After some time, Jimin back and Jay looking down. Jimin, don't tell anyone at home. Jay, I will not, but what if Yoongi Hyung said Jimin? He will never. Why he tell his Jay nodded. Jimin, I don't want mom. Yoongi mom feel of what Yoongi did. Jay nodded. Jay, you eat something? Jimin, I want to sit for some time. Please go, he said, and Jay go. Jimin, his knees, and he is thinking what, and he is thinking about the moment he spent with Yoongi. Jimin in mind. You don't care, Yoongi. I come here because I am not in your life. You may go to your office and happy. He closed his eyes and he take a deep breath. He sit like this till evening. He don't meet with anyone or come out from the room. So Yoongi and Jimin, his cousin, Yoongi go London for studies, and when he come, he start his business in Seoul, and Mrs. Min do his Yoongi parents and Jimin parents together. Jimin is sitting when Tae come. Tae, Jimin. Jimin, Tae, mom is calling you outside. She is asking why don't you come. I said her you were sleeping. Jimin, okay, I'm coming. Tae, go. Jimin fresh up. He see himself in the mirror, then he go out from the room. He really don't want his parents got to know something. If he's, then he don't Yoongi of what he did. That's why he don't want his parents said something to Yoongi. Jimin come out from the room. He see his mom and his brother is here. Jungkook is also here. Jungkook see him and she look into another side. Jungkook is feeling of what his brother did. Jungkook, JK see him and stand up. Jimin, how are you, Cookie? JK, I'm sorry, Jimin, for off by Jimin, it's okay. He said, and JK, everything become alright. He said, and Jimin didn't say anything. Yoongi, Jimin, I go in the kitchen. He said, and she come in the kitchen. He see his mom and Mrs. Min. He back his mom and smile. Mrs. Min, you come, huh? You sleep that much? Jimin, I am tired because of the journey. Mrs. Min, I make tea for you. After that you feel fresh. She said, and she smiled. Mrs. Min, son, ask Yoongi, he come home or no? Jimin, huh? Me, Mrs. Min, yeah. Jimin signed. Jimin, mom, Jimin stay here for some days. So he don't know he'll come or not. He said, and Jimin signed. Mrs. Min, see, she stays silent. Jimin is talking with Jay. Both are talking. JK, mom, Mrs. Min, JK Hyung come. He said, and Jimin, Mrs. Min, what happened? Jimin his finger. Mrs. Min, oh, Jimin son, what you did, Jimin? I don't know how it's happened. He said, Jan, they speak to Mama. You go. I see him. He said, and Jimin look at him with Jan face and Mrs. Min. Mrs. Min, go out, JK mom. You okay? Mrs. Min, yeah, it's just a small, don't worry, Yoongi. Jimin, why he come now? JK, there is no you him. Jimin, oh, thanks, stay. JK signed to see him. He go out. Jimin, promise you will be normal with him. Jay. I am Jimin. Good. Now go outside. Jay saw you start to Jimin. Huh? Why would I, Jay? Jay come out. He see Yoongi is meeting with everyone. Jay, hey Hyun. Jay, hey Hyun. Yoongi, hey Jay. Hey come Yoongi. Where is your brother? Jay points on the kitchen side. Yoongi, he me if I go behind him. Jay, right. And there is so many things he will you easily with. Yoongi, what I do now? Jay, simply sorts or Hyung, you have to do something else. Yoongi, what? Jay, tell me, Jay. What? Tell me, Jay. Jay, let me think. Yoongi, no, wait, Jay, we don't have that much time. Jay Hyung, no, be patient. You do what you have to do. Okay, so a small boy like Yoongi, you are Jay, so you are for others. For me, you are my meow meow Hyung. Yoongi, what? No. Jay, yes, he said. And you go from there. Yoongi see Jimin from far. He is talking with Jay. Yoongi, sorry, but now I make everything fine. I promise you. This is Min Yoongi promise, he said. And Jimin come in the room. Yoongi is not in living room. He is thinking where he go. He come upstairs. He see Yoongi is not in the room. Jimin, where he go? He just come. He come in the room. Close the door and return. His eyes widen when he see Yoongi stand in front of him. Jimin shocked. Yoongi, missing me, he said, and his Jimin is still in shock. And then, well, Jimin go from here, Yoongi. Yoongi, I will, but if you come with me. Jimin, and I never come with you. He said, and Yoongi put hands dramatically. Yoongi, oh my, it's Jimin, what? He become Yoongi, you said no to come with me. He said, and Jimin Jimin see him with done face. Jimin and mind, do whatever you want, Min Yoongi, but I don't. Jimin him and he sit on the bed. Yoongi lay on the bed and she plays his head. Jimin see him and he look into another side. Yoongi hold his hand. Jimin see him. Yoongi on his hand and Jimin look at other side. He don't like this. Yoongi sorry. Jimin stand up and Yoongi see him. Jimin open the almirah and he is shocked to see so many teddy bears. He places his hand on his Yoongi come and Yoongi sorry now he said cutely. Jimin looking down and he try his best not to laugh after seeing him. Jimin closed the door and about to go out when Yoongi hold his hand and Jimin and hold his hand and Jimin go. Yoongi signed to say him. Okay, so only 8-minute voiceover are left. Third last scene. Jimin come in the kitchen. He see his mom is doing work. Jimin, mom, leave this. I do. Mrs. Min smiled to see him, and Yoongi also come. Mrs. Min see him. Mrs. Min, why you come here, Yoongi? I am here here for coffee. Mrs. Min, you go and sit in the living room. I make coffee for you. Young, it's okay. I make by myself. Mrs. Park, it's okay, son. You go. I make for you. Youngie, no, no, auntie. Thank you so much. Don't you know today he make by himself? He said while eating apple. Jimin chuckled silently. Mrs. Win, okay, you make, he said, and Jungi take the coffee jar. He stand beside Jimin. Jimin, it's done, Mom. Mrs. Min, thank you so much. Jimin, Dad is calling you. Jimin, okay, he go. And Jungi signed. Jung, what happened? Why you are not making coffee? Jungi, you make for me. Your brother come after a long time, and you let him do work. He said him and gave him the jar and gave jar to him. They all shook him. Mrs. Min, I can't believe he is my Youngie. Mrs. Park, and what Jimin is doing. I don't understand. It's good you don't. He said and start to make coffee. Hmm. Okay, so this is the second last scene. After sometimes Youngie don't uh, come, don't come. Jimin come in the living room. He see no one is in the living room. He come out and he is shocked to see the lawn of the house. He take his step back when he see the arrangements and everything. And moreover, he is shocked. Who do this? What is special today? And today that he don't know. Everyone come in front of him. He said, then Jimin is shocked. Jimin, but ma is on yesterday. Yoongi come in front of him with the in his hand. Jimin, what a innocent I got. Jimin see him and Yoongi chuckle. Yoongi, first I explain you. So I changed the date on your phone and the calendar also. Today is a I want to give you a surprise and also celebrate the day with our family. So sorry and happy. He said he said he said, and Jimin is shocked. He bent down in front of him. Yoongi happy. Jimin, thank you so much for coming. My life, thank you so much for staying with me. I don't do with you because of me, Jimin, but wish me. Yoongi, everything is my plan, he said, and Jimin is shocked. He is thinking. He is thinking. He is thinking. What would he think? What would he think? Jimin, I'm sorry, Yoongi. Take the flowers also. Tired, he said, and take the flowers. Everyone chuckled to see him. And Jimin promised you are not doing any prank with me. Yoongi, really, huh? Yoongi show him the date on his phone and Jimin smiled. Jimin, I think you forget. Yoongi, I will never. How can I forget the day when you come in my life and shoot my phone on the very first day? He said, and Jimin and Mrs. Min. Okay. So, okay. I have to go college also. Now the cake also. Yoongi and Jimin went to them and shared the cake. Everyone and Yoongi on his forehead. They thank God now everything is fine. JK, yeah, it's to do anything. Jimin, why don't you tell me? Jay, wow. Wow, so young as Jimin. Yeah, yeah, like he do before. Jake is still now taking the side of your Jimin. So what? Huh? I do it now. Hyung gave gifts. Now Hyung gave him gift. Yoongi. I do all this. Jimin raised his eyebrow and Yoongi sighed. He take out a small box from his coat pocket and once again front of him Yoongi min Jimin, will you stay with me forever? He said, and Jimin nodded and he smiled. Yoongi slid the ring in his finger and everyone started clapping. This is their first and Jimin is thinking maybe the best one ever, but he don't know what happened next. Everyone talk and enjoy the moment. Especially Jimin is so happy and so many things. Now everyone is tired and they do dinner together and go in their room after sleeping. सुबह कॉलेज जाना था सारे जागन थे ले हुरैन जागन थे in room Jimin is second last text. Jimin is so happy today he is laughing on himself like he don't know what to like he don't know Yoongi do all this. Yoongi come and Jimin back. Jimin see him he turn Yoongi he turn oh कहाँ गया he turn Yoongi see so Yoongi Jimin Yoongi so you like my surprise Jimin nodded Yoongi for making you Jimin it's okay Yoongi but you don't know how much I am happy Yoongi I am happy if you are happy Yoongi smiled to see him Jimin you so much Yoongi he said and Yoongi chuckled to see him he said on his ears he stayed like this for some time Yoongi Jimin Yoongi Jimin can we start our new journey if you said he said and Jimin see him then he looking down Jimin Yoongi and I will happily he said and Yoongi smiled. Finally finish. Hope so you all like. If you like then subscribe and tell me in comments. Bye.